Chris Phillips is live now into the weekend with Flashback Friday on the UK's #1 station, secondcityradio.net, and on the Second City Radio app for Android and iOS.
Let's go to line 3 and the wonderful Jaki Graham on the show. Jaki, hello.
Hello, darling. Good evening to you, everybody. Everybody all right?
You're sounding lush. Lush.
Oh, bless your heart. Well, I hope everybody's feeling me, darling. You know, it's Jackie's still here. I'm still trying to do my thing, and I'm still trying to give everybody the love, especially with the voice. You know, so I hope that you're feeling the new album, darling.
Well, it's like we'll come back and talk about this later. But I just want to mention, I've just played Someone Like You. It's to me, listening to that, it's kind of got a bit of an Adele flavour to it. It kind of fits that genre of music. Would I be off the ballpark there?
Oh, you know something? I never thought about it, darling, but I understand what you're saying. Because, you know, Michael McDonald wrote that particular track for me. From the Michael McDonald from the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
So, and he wrote that track. And I must admit, when he was... Because we've known Michael since the 80s, okay? How I got to meet Michael McDonald was I saw a documentary with Quincy Jones.
Oh, yeah.
Quincy, he had on the documentary I saw James Ingram and Michael McDonald doing the song Yamo Be There. Now, I never knew what Michael McDonald looked like. All I knew was the voice of the Doobie Brothers. When I saw this man, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it was. And then he had this hit with Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
And that was in the 80s. So, and he was coming to town. So, because I'm a Birmingham girl, born and bred, okay, and I'm still close by. I said to my family, I said, oh, you know, Michael's coming to Birmingham, you know, the Odeon. Is there any way we could get tickets if I'm not working? Lo and behold, darling, unbeknownst to me, they put me forward to sing with Michael at our Birmingham Odeon. It's like, what? I just wanted a ticket to see this man. Anyway, from that friendship, darling, on his first time, I met his wife, his mom, his cousins, his sister, you know. So he's a real family person, and he's been sort of in my corner ever since. For 30 odd years, my kids, they call him Uncle Mike, you know, and we've watched his kids grow up and our kids and so on. So he looked after me. So he came up with this song. And I said, you know, Michael must have known what we were going through, because with the songs on the album, you know, it's really telling my story, and I hope that everybody can relate to it in some form or the other. So, yes, my baby. So the fact that you think it's a Adele vibe, I'm thinking, now that's interesting. That's, you know, nothing wrong with that. Well, nothing wrong with that, darling.
Kind of. Let me take you back a little bit if I can, Jaki, because obviously I have this conversation quite regularly when I have people on the show talking about, you know, how they came into the music business.
Yeah.
What was it for you that made you want to go out and perform? Who was you watching at the time? Who was your idols at the time, and why did you decide to throw your hat into the ring, so to speak?
Well, you know something, baby boy. Growing up, obviously. In Handsworth is where I was brought up. I was growing up listening to Motown. I had two uncles, and the oldest uncle was into jazz and blues and stuff like that. My younger uncle was into, you know, this R&B, the soul vibe and everything else. Plus, Motown was very prevalent when I was growing up. So obviously, I'm hearing people like the Jackson 5, baby, do their thing, and because we're the same sort of age group. And and plus they were the first band that I ever saw live at a concert. So you know, so I think, oh my gosh, and you know when you think you can hold a note, and it wasn't until I started to go to secondary school. I met my husband. We went to school together, so he was about 15.
Okay.
And he was late coming to our house one night because our going out together was him coming to our house 7 nights a week because my grandmother wouldn't let us out. You know, so he had to come to our house, and he was late one night, and there was an ad in our local Birmingham Evening Mail, and the band was trying to get themselves together, and they wanted a vocalist, and he saw this ad for a vocalist, and it's him really that put me on the path, darling, because you know I used to do the little singing at school and the concerts and that, and obviously heard me from then and thought, you know, yeah, I could do something, and unbeknown to me, he put me forward for a band.
Yeah. I mean, I've got to say that all and good, but your voice is that powerful. You can't just kind of be thrown into something. I suppose you've got to have the vocals to back it up, which you seem to have from an early age.
You do the audition for the band, and I mean, I just thought, yes, I could hold a note. I never, thought about how powerful it was or whatever. I just wanted to sing, and through doing that, when I came on the scene in the 80s, everybody said, "Oh my gosh, an overnight success." But no, darling, I'd been gigging and working in bands for a good 10 or 12 years before I even got spotted. We used to. I was in a band called Ferrari, and we had a residency in Digbus.
Yeah.
And so we were playing there, every like say Thursday at the I think it's the Barrel Organ.
Yeah.
So I used to play, do the snobs, the nightclubs, and the university colleges up and down the country as well. So yes, baby, that's where I sort of did my apprenticeship, really, working with the band. So Medium Wave, One Night Affair, and those are the bands that I was into. Working with during that period of time with the different sounds and so on. So yes, my darling, and it's through them, and obviously doing shows and people reacting to me the way they do, that made me think, oh, maybe I've got some sort of longevity, which is what I wanted to have in the industry. But when push came to shove, darling, and I did a vocal session for a jazz funk band, and they went to London to speak to some management and that kind of thing. They wanted to see them with a focal point, but because they were an instrumental band, and I had a nightclub or whatever, I would go down and do some shows with them, and that's how I got spotted.
So kind of you've had such a long career, of course, a fabulous long career. There's been ups, there's been downs, there's been straight roads, there's been bendy roads. What's been the best part of your career so far? When would you say you look back on things and say, "Yep, when I was at that stage, that was my favourite part of life"? When would have that been, Jaki?
Darling, I've had so many sort of like highlights, I suppose, really. And you know what it was? I think the first time, because the record company I was with EMI, okay?
Yeah.
Now, God bless EMI, but they really weren't 100% into me because to be fair, they were a rock and pop orientated record label. All right, so I was competing with people like Zig Zig Sputnik on the label and stuff like that, who were the priority acts and so on. But there, by the grace of God, darling, the radio stations picked up what I was doing, and the fans started to hear the voice on the radio. I loved the songs that we did, and God bless the producers gave me what we got. And the song still stands the test of time today, okay? Now, the first time I'm thinking, oh, maybe the record company isn't me, when they sent me on a location video to do, I think it was Breaking Away. And I think at that point I'm thinking, oh, okay, it looks as if maybe I'm here to stay, because I came on the scene thinking, I might be just a one-hit wonder. I might just be here for 5 minutes, but I was going to embrace everything that was going on at the time, so I was quite happy with that. But next song, Set Me Free, Step Right Up, Round and Around, all those things that came out, and people took it to their hearts, darling. So I think it probably was my first location video.
So who's been the best kind of? You've worked with so many people. Who? I mean, I'm not asking you to define one person, but who's been your favourite person to work with on a record or an album, on memories?
Oh my gosh! Oh, Chris, you put me on the spot now, baby boy.
Yes.
Because God bless you. I think everybody that I've worked with, because I'm constantly learning and I'm constantly growing. So everybody that I work with, whether they be producers or singers or songwriters or whatever it is, they all bring something to me. But I'm thinking, like I said, Michael, I suppose, was my first port of call, really, internationally. And then I ended up with Sir Cliff Richard,
Yes.
And he introduced me to Frida Payne.
Now that you've gone, all that's left is a band
of gold. In the 90s, the band of gold. Yeah. I did that, and I met also James Ingram,
yes,
Percy Sledge,
yes,
and also a part of my career, I was signed to Motown. So courtesy of Sir Cliff, I got to meet some people like Lamont Dozier. Now he was one of the songwriters of Motown back in the day. So if you know Motown's history was Holland, Dozier and Holland.
Yeah.
This was, Lamont Dozier. And, I've met people like Luther Vandross. I mean, there's a lot of people, darling, that I've rubbed shoulders with along the way and been able to sing on stage with them, or whether as a duet or be on stage with them. So there's a lot of memories there, darling.
So, you must have enjoyed your time kind of being taken around all over the place, chauffeur driven, top of the
So we've done everything together, from school right through, and now my children have grown up, and Natalie also manages me, which is my daughter, right?
Yes.
So she takes over, she does all the business side of things. So yeah, it's a family concern, darling.
So is it is it better to work with inside the family unit than pass it to people outside the family unit? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I think family's got your back, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm a pain in the behind, and they're a pain in the behind, and we do clash and everything, but we've got each other's best interest at heart, darling. So I think that because whereby when I've worked with outsiders, I'm thinking that the more I do well, they do well, and so on. But there was a lot of ulterior motives going on, So it's always benefiting them and not myself. And I never saw that for the longest time. And all of a sudden you have to take stock and think, wait a minute, this isn't in my best interest. It's in their best interest. And so they utilize you, use you, and abuse you. And it's like, okay, this is how the game's played. And I don't really play the game properly, because what you see is what you get. At the end of the day, I've never really been starry. So, I just want to sing and hope that people enjoy what I have to offer.
So what was it like, if you don't mind me asking, Jackie, what was it like the first time you rocked up to Top of the Pops?
Oh my God!
Because I am somebody who cannot sing. I can barely do a radio show, but I definitely can't sing. That's everybody's, kind of dream to appear on top. What was it like turning up for the first time?
My baby, it really was a dream come true. I think it was. I think we had Could It Be Out at the time, and to do that journey, to go to this iconic institution, which was Top of the Pops, being there, doing the cameras and everything moving around, and the public being in, and all I kept thinking is that, oh my gosh, I'm here. It's Top of the Pops. I couldn't believe it. Plus, main thing I was thinking, it's not very big in here, is it? Because on the TV it looks huge, and it's just a small studio, but the camera angles and the public and stuff, it was a little space, but it was a dream come true, really.
So in and out of working with all these fantastic people, of course, and kind of bringing out albums of your own, of course, and writing some of your own stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anybody currently around right now? If somebody said to you, "Okay, I'm going to give you a free card to go and work with somebody that's current now," who would you like to work with?
Oh my gosh! My kids are introducing me to a lot of new up and coming artists and stuff. So, and they're across the world. So. But for the life of me, if I was to tell you the names and stuff, I've heard people like Kimbra, Kendrick Lamar. I think it's all these kind of people which are kind of hardcore. But those are the kind of things that people.
Okay, so what I kind of mean is people like Beyonce that's out there at the moment, Dido.
Yeah, I know. Which would be the automatic thing to go to. But they're steering me to left field. So Beyonce is very, very good, and Dido and all these kind of people. Baby, anybody who wants my company, I'll work with anybody. Me.
Well, I've got to say as well, because
I'll hang out with anybody here. I'm Jackie, no mate, so I look out for anybody.
I've got to say as well that at the moment there seems to be, in this country especially, I don't know if you've noticed this, there seems to be a revival of music from the 70s and 80s either being re-recorded by new artists or the original tracks coming back. Now, I've got my feeling on it is that some of the stuff that's around today is rubbish. And I mean rubbish. And this is why people keep going back to the likes of yourselves, back to things like Catch a Goo Goo, Imagination.
Oh, gosh, yes.
All seem to be...
yeah.
Well, everybody seems to be having a resurgence. I've seen this thing, I went to one a couple of years ago, this Let's Rock Birmingham, Let's Rock Bristol, where they're bringing all these artists, you know, that are still current back from the 70s and 80s and bunging them on the stage all together. Yeah. Are you for that kind of thing, or do you try and kind of stay away from that?
No, darling, because you know something, like you said, nostalgia is really big at the minute. And, you know, and so to touch, and like I said, that God bless that our songs are still, sort of stand the test of time. And it's a part of people's history. So the fact that, you know, they've made me a part of their history. So, you know, when I go and do shows, darling, I always say I'm trying to introduce myself to everybody all the time. Because I don't take it for granted. The people who come to shows and stuff know my stuff. They want entertainment and stuff like that. But when you start to do the things, whether they know your name or not, it's like, oh my gosh, nostalgia. You can see it in their eyes that they just love the old tracks. And the thing is as well, it's the next generation. It's not just the generation that, you know, was into me back in the day. It's their kids and everything else. And because the kids love the 80s sound. So to touch base with the younger generation and say, oh, bless your heart, you come to see Auntie Jackie, I hope you enjoy the songs and everything else. And that's really what what we're doing. We just, you know, constantly. So to hang out with my peers back in the day, because, you know, people like Five Star, Denise and stuff like that. I mean, all those, and I remember being presenting an award with Kim Wilde.
Yes.
On the BPI Awards.
Yes.
To Five Star, because they were back in, you know, I think it was a big band of the day. So, you know, and you're still rubbing short, and they sound fabulous. You know, we're all out there trying to do our thing, darling, and we're still, you know, and people are still loving what we've got to offer.
Yeah, you've got a lot to offer. And I noticed, I mean, I hope I get one, and I'm saying this on the record live now to the nation. I saw you sent Tony Blackburn a lovely tweet yesterday. Now, I demand, Jaki Graham, exactly the same. And while I'm throwing the bones out, I want a tweet. I want a beautiful tweet from you with 3 kisses on it. I'm demanding. I also want a follow from you on my Twitter account.
Oh, bless your heart, Daddy. You know, people like Tony Blackburn were sort of with me right from the very beginning. Like I said, the record company didn't really, you know, but they put it out. Tony Blackburn, you know, was one of those one of the DJs that embraced my stuff and really, really supported me back in the day. So yeah, myself and Tony Blackburn, and we go way back, darling. So, but you get the tweets as well, Chick.
I get the tweet with
me now. I know you were with me back in the day too.
I get the tweet with the kisses, and I get a follow. That's what I need.
You will do, darling.
Listen. We're having a bit of fun here. We on this station. I mentioned this to your daughter Natalie when I was talking to her on the phone. We've had somebody, kind of on your par that started presenting on the station a couple of weeks ago. Have you heard of somebody called Angie Brown?
Oh yes, we know Angie.
Well, she does a show on here now every Thursday.
Oh, God love her. I heard that, baby boy. So I haven't seen her for a while, but you tell her that I say, hey.
Angie.
Her, the family, her boys and everything else. Yes, baby, we rubbed shoulders many, many, many times. We worked together many, many times, too. So yes, she's a DJ now.
She works, because I own the station. She works on my station.
Oh, God love you. Oh, my God.
So can I just say,
on, then?
Angie Brown, if you're listening, it's time to hook up with Sister Jackie and let's get some collaboration going. Let's get some collaboration going. That's what we need.
Oh, bless your heart. Yeah, man. That's all these people, man. We hang and we wish each other well, and we do. We go way back, darling.
Well, we're going to talk about your album in just a minute. Before we do, I want to talk about the fact that you are at somewhere where I was at this place a few months ago, and I introduced Imagination onto stage. Oh. You're at the Jam House in Birmingham.
Oh, bless my home. Yes, my darling. We're going to be launching the album and the track, so to hear it live at the Jam House, I think on the 7th of this month. So, yeah, if anybody wants to come down and hang out and check me out, I hope they're going to have a great time because already, you know, we're ready for you. We're ready. We're going to have some fun, darling.
I might have to come down with some of the presenters in it.
You better do. I want to be, I want to be talking. I want to be seeing who I'm talking to as well, because it's been a while.
I'll have to see if I can persuade the Jam House to let me come down and see you.
Because that baby boy, yeah, come and hang out, man. I'll buy you a drink.
See, this. So have I got an invite from you, Jackie, to come down and see you?
Come down, baby boy. Come down, yeah, by all means.
Well, that's it, man. That's it. No show from me next Thursday.
You get the tweets and the loving and the kisses and things.
Oh, God.
So you get the interference, all right?
The only thing left now is you've got to sleep with each other and we've got the full house.
I have to tell you that I snore,
No time for snoring. No time.
No time for snoring, all right.
So those who are expecting me on the radio next Thursday, I won't be here. I'm going to Jackie. Okay,
Come and hang out with me instead, darling.
No show. So listen, let's talk a little bit about this album, When a Woman Loves. First of all, why that particular title? Why?
Well, I say to everybody when I do my shows, darling, all I want to do, I want to bring back memories for them. I want to make memories for you. And I basically want to give you all the love I can while I've got you. That's what I always say. And so I'm always trying to give everybody the love, darling, because people give me so much love, and I need to give them the love back. So when this song came my way, Craig wrote the song for me, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, this has got my name on it. Please, 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 please save it for me. And he wrote it especially for me. So it's just to tell everybody that, just to thank everybody for being with me. For those who don't know me, those who are going to start to know me now, I hope they enjoy everything, and I'm all about the love.
So when does this album come out for general release?
It comes out, I think it comes out towards the middle of this month.
Okay. So people can download the album from iTunes and Amazon and places like this.
Yeah, sorry, darling. It's the 1st of July it comes out.
Okay.
The first week of the year.
So when this album comes out, the message that you're sending basically is what I'm hearing from you is kind of, you're here now, you're important, let's love each other type thing. Yeah. We've got to bring the world back to love, man, because, too much doom and gloom going on. There is.
And we're all about having fun. So, we're here, we need to have fun and just shake off everything and just, have a laugh and live life, man.
So you say you say you were married. You're married. Have you been?
Yes, from the boyfriend from school. So it's 40 odd years now.
40 odd years married.
Married, 45, coming up. This
you get less for murder.
That's what I tell everybody, when I'm doing anniversaries and stuff, I'm thinking, trust me, I would have been out by now if I killed somebody.
Well, you're a very attractive woman, so it must. No, what I'm kind of saying is, with all due respect to you, and it is big respect, that you must have had so many people over the years that have come to try and flirt with you, be around you. I hope your husband isn't in earshot, but men that maybe you found attractive, whereas you've let your heart rule your head. Is that the right way round?
Well, you know something, baby. Back in I was very, very sheltered. Like I told you, being brought up by my grandmother and stuff like that, and myself and Tony going out together with him coming to our house 7 nights a week because I was not allowed out. I was very, very sheltered. So back in there, especially when I was working with the boys in the band and everything else, and they were very protective towards me as well. So if I was being chatted up and stuff like that, I didn't have a clue. I just thought that the guys were being nice because the only girl in the band. Do you know what I mean? And it's it draws attention and how much they like the voice and everything else. I thought that was genuinely what they were talking about. But no, it turns out that they wanted a little bit more than that. But I was oblivious, so I had no clue. But like I said, the boys were very protective. Tony was always around. And then when I came out in the 80s, I had Natalie at the time. So whatever we did as a family because I thought I was only going to hear for 5 minutes, and I needed for her to see, to learn, to grow from what we were doing, and to make a memory for her, but not to be affected by the industry. by the music, you know. So my focus was always, obviously, you know, has she had enough to eat? And, you know, I've got to get back and make sure she gets enough sleep because we've got school in the morning and I've got to do lunch boxes and stuff like that, you know. So people expected me to have, you know, nannies and housekeepers and, you know. I'm thinking, no, darling, because I say to everybody to this day, darling, I have to cook, clean, wash and iron. So I'm no different to anybody else. I got the gift of the voice and I want to share it with you, and that's basically what it's about. So it's been very family oriented. So I didn't have any time to sort of think, oh yeah, you meet people along with you. Ooh, they're nice.
Yeah.
But you know, you got to go home and look after your family at the end of the day. And you know, my family were with me anyway. So no, we were cool, darling. We were cool.
So you know, you've achieved so many things. What does Jaki Graham want for the future? What else do you want to do, Jaki?
You know, darling, you know, because people give me so much love, right? And people smile and all with the gift, and it is a gift, darling. And I'm so grateful that I've had this longevity in the industry and everything else. I still feel that I have something to offer. Hence the new album. Okay, now I still want to. I just really want to do what I do and hope that I make somebody smile. You know, that with the gift of a song or whatever it is, I can take you out of your doldrums just a little bit, and you could, you know, just go with me and smile and be happy.
Well,
it's something I could do that will make a memory for you.
Well, I can guarantee you. Have you been at the Jam House before in Birmingham?
Yes, baby boy, of course.
It's great. It's great there, is it? Like nice little intimate place, isn't it? There.
I'm looking forward to it, darling. I am really.
Well, listen, I want to keep you on the line so I can speak to you off the air.
Right,
but, of course,
darling.
just a reminder, of course, brand new album from Jaki Graham coming out, of course, When a Woman Loves. It's going to be brilliant. If you're in Birmingham, you're at the Jam House when?
The 7th.
The 7th
the
of
7th
June.
Of this month, yeah.
The 7th of June.
At the Jam House, darling. The 7th of June, which is a Thursday night.
So really, you've got no excuses on Thursday in it. If you're doing nothing, Thursday night, get yourself down to the Jam House. I know on authority, because I've eaten it, they do some great food. There's some lovely little restaurants in the area, so maybe have something to eat first, and then let Jaki Graham be the main course. Have your starter first.
Oh, bless you.
Have Jaki as your main course, and then just go on with your partner and think about the main course for your dessert.
I always say that as well, because my other mission is that I want you to take me home with you. I do say that.
And I bet they do, Jaki.
You, darling.
I bet. And all available Jaki Graham masks will be available on the night for your take home to get your woman to wear.
Oh, honestly, you're so bad.
Well, listen. I'll have to get Natalie to get in touch with me and get a few of us into the Jam House to see you on Thursday.
Oh, please, darling. Yeah, come and hang out.
Natalie, if you're listening, contact me, email, tell me what I've got to do to come and see your mum perform. Come on.
She'll be in touch, darling.
Get on with it. So listen, your new album, we're going to play the title track from that in just a second. Before we do, we do this quite a lot on this station, of course, because we're different to everybody else, because we're the best.
Oh, cool.
There's one or two people that are standing by for you to say hello to them on this very show tonight. It's something that we do. There's 4 or 5 people I want you to just say hello to that are listening to you currently. So to start with, can you say hello to Mandy Phillips?
Mandy Phillips. Hello, Mandy, darling. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in to Chris and just, having to listen to me waffle on the air and everything else. I hope you're going to enjoy the sound, darling. And if you've got any time, come and hang out with us on the 7th.
There you are. See, you've had it there. You've heard it there first. Can you say hello to Andy Bruce?
Andy Bruce.
Yeah.
For Andy Bruce, I said in love to everybody, darling. Come and hang out. Because, all these names that you're going to give me, I need to see it just to say hello properly. All right, darling? I can give you a love.
Put it this way. When you see me once, I promise you will not want to see me again. I'll just...
On your bike. No.
No.
You sound too cool for that.
No. I'll describe myself now. I'm like Shrek on drugs.
Oh, go away from here.
I am, seriously.
Go away from here. Well, let me see for myself.
You know, I was that ugly when I was born. I slapped my mother. Trust me.
You did.
I'm not even joking. Can you also say hello to? Can you also say hello to Ruby Logan?
Ruby Logan, love you, darling. Hello, everybody. Hello, darling. So at some point, you two, I want to say hello properly in the flesh. So thanks for listening to Chris, and thanks for, listening to me waffle on again. Thank you, darling.
Can you also say hello to somebody who saw you at Let's Rock? Can you say hello to Anne-Marie?
Anne-Marie? You saw me. I wonder which Let's Rock that was.
Which quickly, can you tell me in the chat room, Anne-Marie, what Let's Rock was it? Which one? Tell us.
Oh, but she didn't come up and say hello?
No, she would have got up there. She would have got up there.
Oh, sometimes I go around, and do little signing and stuff like that. But next time, girlfriend, come and say hello properly.
The last time I went to a Let's Rock Birmingham, I went to Let's Rock Birmingham, and the headliner was Holly Johnson, and he's a friend of mine, and he got me VIP tickets to go down there and hang out. And that's nice. When you know you've made, because Holly Johnson's a good lad. Okay, I've been told it was Let's Rock Exeter.
Oh my gosh! Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, it would have been if I'd have been there. Could it be I'm falling in love
with you, baby?
Come on, sing along with me, Jackie. Could it be I'm falling in love? Oh God, I'm wasted.
I wanna know now, baby.
Oh yeah, baby.
Could it be I'm falling in love
with you. Ooh. That's gold. That's gold. Right. I'm wasted. I'm quitting. I'm quitting this station now. Jackie, you've got a new buddy. I'm on my way.
Oh, bless your heart, baby. For everybody I'm saying hi to all of you, darling.
Now, we've got somebody listening to you live now in Canada.
Really?
Canada, yes, you have. And somebody who's got his own band called King. I know it sounds rude, but it's not. He's got a band that's called King Ring Nancy. Can you say...
Ring Nancy?
Yeah, King Ring Nancy.
Canada?
Canada. He's listening now. Can you say hello to Vince Greenwood?
Vince Greenwood. Vince, to you, darling, I'm sending you lots of love. And I hope your band's doing good. And at some point, I'd love to come and see your band somewhere along the line. I wish you all the best, darling.
Can you also say hello to Maxine, who's listening to you in Brown Hills tonight?
For Maxine in Brown Hills, good evening, baby girl. How you doing? I hope you're having a good evening.
Now, there's two more people I want you to say hello to. I want you to say, you might know this guy. I want you to say hello to Sam Kane, Linda Lusardi's husband, Sam Kane.
Sam! Oh, man, we need to hook up again. Tony's been talking, we need to hook up again, man. Because what a wonderful, wonderful man.
He is, and he works on this station.
Oh my God!
I've got
Sam. He's wonderful. He's got a beautiful family and everything else. So my love. He knows my love goes to him. He knows I'm with him, darling.
Jackie, we're getting everybody working on this station. The only person left for me to source out now is Timmy Mallet.
Oh, really? Now, Timmy Mallet in the day? Back in the day, we knew Timmy back in the day.
Do you know somebody who is listening? I've just had this flag up. I hope it's real. But we've got somebody kind of royalty in my mind that's just popped up on my screen that they're listening. Rusty Lee.
Who?
Rusty Lee, the cook.
Rusty. Oh, man, I haven't seen Rusty for the longest. How's she doing?
Rusty, how you doing? You've got to come on the show.
Doing, darling?
Rusty, now you've contacted me, you've now got to come on the show so that you can tell me about Jackie.
Tell Rusty I said to say hi.
Rusty.
I haven't seen her for the longest. That's my girl.
Tell her yourself.
Oh, girlfriend, hi, I hope you're doing good, baby girl. And at some point, we got to hook up, man. We got to hook up at some point. I haven't seen you for the long. I know. Our paths are, we're going here, there, and everything. I'm in and out of the country and everything. But yes, baby girl, to you too. All the love, darling. And I hope you're doing good.
Hey, Rusty, I've got an idea. Why don't you bring your wok and your cook stuff down to the Jam House next week?
I'm ready for some food, man.
And you can cook for us in the dressing room.
I'm ready for some food.
See, you can't look a gift horse in the mouth. You got to ask these things live.
All right then.
Right, can you also for me? This is somebody who's absolutely brilliant as far as the station's concerned. Can you say hello to Denise, who's listening to you now in Stourbridge?
Denise in Stourbridge. Hello, darling. I hope you're having a great evening. And me and Chris are just chatting and the breeze and everything else. But I hope you're finding all of this interesting. All the love to you, darling, and thank you for listening.
And finally, somebody, I'm going to read what it says. Let me just get this, and I'll read it in entirety. We don't edit stuff on this. We're not the BBC on here.
Okay.
Well, I own it. I can't get sacked. Okay. Can you please tell Jackie I find her voice very sexy. I have found my hands moving down to my thigh area during the course of this
you're
interview.
joking.
No. And he's one of my very own presenters. Can you say hello to Christopher Ashford?
Christopher Ashford?
Yeah.
Hello, darling. So the voice is doing it for you as well?
Well, put it this way, his belt's half off. Behave yourself on this show. It's a family show.
I'd never really considered myself as being sexy, darling. But if the voice is doing it for you, by all means, you know, be happy. Get yourself, grab yourself a little partner and stuff like that, darling. And just think of me fondly. That's all I'm going to say to you.
Now, can you also say hello to the legend that is Gary Bushell?
Hi, Gary Bushell.
Yeah.
Hi, how's he doing?
He works on this station.
Oh my gosh! I haven't seen people for the longest. Gary, all the love to you, darling. It's nice to hear everybody still doing their thing, darling.
Gary, if you're listening to me right now, do me a favour, pal. Will you put Jaki Graham's album on your Daily Star page?
Oh,
Go
bless
on.
his heart.
Go on, do it. Do it for me. He'll do it for me, Gary.
Yeah, all the love to you, Gary, darling. Thanks for, well, I hope if you're asking to play it, I hope he's going to enjoy what he's playing anyway. So, I'm still here doing my thing, darling, and I hope you're going to like the sound of, and some of the stuff is going back to old school, but it's upgraded old school. So there's a little bit of everything for everybody.
Can I just say, Chris Ashford, she's a married woman. You've just heard her on the radio. He's just said to me he's going to get photographs of you printed on his pillowcases because it's the only chance he's going to have a sleeping with you.
Go away with you.
Listen, I've told you, she's married. You can't be doing that. It's a family show, Chris.
Oh, my gosh.
Is
he sure he wants to do things like that?
Well, he wants to put you on his pillowcases.
Well, as long as I can give him sweet dreams, darling, that's all.
I went into his house once, Jackie, and the whole of his bedroom is a mirrored ceiling.
No,
I'm not saying anything at all, but I can just... Hang on a minute, listen. If you listen closer, you can just hear... hang on, in the distance. Could it be I'm falling in love? Can you hear that in the background? He's got your track on it. Yeah.
What was that mumbling going on?
Could it be I'm falling in love playing in the background? So listen, sweetie chops. Your album, When a Woman Loves, it's out in a couple of weeks' time. You can get it on direct download. You can get it from Amazon.
Yes,
you can get it from all devices.
All the outlets, darling.
And everybody that downloads it, you'll be a thoroughly nice person because Jaki Graham is one of the UK's biggest legends. And we need to keep her, relaxed and comfortable and, this is what we need to do.
That's nice of you to say, darling. I'm still working on that. So, but, as long as everybody has a good time, darling, and enjoys what they're hearing.
Now, if anybody out there tomorrow is going to buy a scratch card, this is how much we love Jaki. If you buy a scratch card and you scratch off the 4 million, can we send $1 million to Jaki?
Oh, what?
Because, and can you make sure you go through me first, because then she'll cut a record with me, which is what I want.
Okay. Yeah, man.
You see where I'm going? I'm making...
Yeah, I told you, I love company, so yeah. I'm no longer Jackie no mate, so yeah, man.
Well, listen, it's been
company.
It's been absolute. We've had 40 minutes of wonderful fun.
Oh, bless your heart.
Just a reminder, guys, if you've just tuned in, whatever platform you're on, wherever you're listening around the world, this will be on replay all day tomorrow via the website, secondcityradio.net, or through the Alexa device, or through the app, because we like Jackie, so therefore Jackie gets extra plays all day tomorrow. I mean, how good's that? I'm the gift that keeps giving.
Thank you for the love, darling. I really, really appreciate it, honestly and truthfully.
Now, I'd like you to stay there for me, so I can speak to you off-air, but I'm going to allow you now to introduce your track, When a Woman Loves. It's over to you.
Oh, well, everybody, I thank you for letting me hang out with Chris and listening to me. For now, darling, we're going to leave you with this one. This is the title track of the album. It's called When a Woman Loves.
Great to talk to you, Jackie.
Thank you, my sweet. Good night, everybody.
Chris Phillips is live now into the weekend with Flashback Friday on the UK's #1 station, secondcityradio.net, and on the Second City Radio app for Android and iOS.